Hello everyone, it's John and Pippin. Well, Pippin for how long, I don't know. He's already starting to show disinterest, aren't you? Hey, showing disinterest? Although I've just had something to eat, so he's... No? Oh, he's going, Dad, you've had something. My favourite little man is already saying that he's bored, which probably goes for a very good indication of what my production may be like. Hey, my production going to be boring today, is it? He's gone to sleep. He's going... Oh dear, yes. As you can tell, my productions are really high quality. And, oh dear, what's he doing? What are you doing? No? Oh, yes, Dad. He says, yes, Dad. So I'm going to, oh dear, have to make myself comfortable. Oh, as I knock everything. Yes, as you can see, really good production quality here. I've got to, as a pet owner, you must always make yourself accommodating towards your, oh, here we go, I'm going to knock everything out of the way, accommodating for your animals. So, of course, I've got to make everything exceptionally accommodating for my little man. So, what am I on about? It's June. Will you please make... Yes, I know. Hello. Yes. Sorry, he's finally made himself comfortable. So, here we go. I'm making myself slightly comfortable. What am I talking about today? Yes, it's June. Finally getting on topic. June. Yes, a lot of sad things happening in the world. Not the least are content creators threatening to block anybody who has a differing opinion, which I think is despicable and no more tyrannical than the people who they express are the reason for all the problems. So, well done to the tyrants on both sides. I have no love for either, which is why I tend to be a centrist. And of course, we're despised by everybody, but nothing. There we go. I'm going to leave it at that. What am I talking about? Shut Up and Sit Down did a video a week or so ago on Western civilization or Western empires or something. Anyway, it reminded me so much of a game called Civilization. So attached to this will be another little video on my copy of Civilization, which was made in 1982. I was, well, not so much a young man, but it was just a couple of years before I married my delightful wife. And so, where was I? Oh, yes, as I said, Mickey Mouse Productions, because that was my daughter that rang me, so I had to quickly hang up. So I apologise. Oh dear, this is going to be an extremely eclectic sort of video today, but anyway, there we go. What was I rambling on about? I've forgotten now. Oh, that's right, I was talking about Civilization, the board game. That's right, I just 1982. Bloody hell, 1982. That's nearly 40 years ago. Jeez, that makes me quite old. Makes me feel quite... No, I'm bloody ancient anyway. But yeah, so 1982, and yeah, have a look at the video. It's quite entertaining. What are you doing now? Oh, look at him. Look at him. Can't get settled. Can you, hey? My daughter's looking forward to seeing him. He's been a good boy. Right, so what else have we been up to? Played some tabletop games online with my friends on Saturday. We played a game called Bullet Love Heart, which is, I believe, on Kickstarter, which is good. I must admit my initial response to the game was not that good, but we've had another 2 games, and admittedly I've only played the one character each time, and that's because, yes, I'm an old fogey and can't deal with change very well, but it enabled me to understand the game better, and we played in the towards, I think, the next 2 games we played with the time limit, and it does play well, and that's playing it on Tabletop Simulator with the 3 minutes, and it was good. I must admit, it played quite well with the 3 minutes, and we were able to, in I think all cases, even with the increased number of bullets coming out of the bag, it played well. So I highly... I think Pippi's going to go chasing after magpies. It played really, really well. So I recommend Bullet Love Heart. And then we played Flamme Rouge. And yeah, and nothing better than playing the bicycle racing. And of course I get to do a horrendous French accent. And of course everybody asked me to do it because I do the French accent so dreadful, because I watch Hello Hello so often that it's always one of my favourite British comedy series. So I will always do accents badly. So I will and always will do it. So if you're offended by that, I'm dreadfully sorry. But my generation, my life. What else has there been? Books. Yes, I'm dreadfully caught up with audiobooks, doing lots and lots of reading. Vivian Shaw, the Dr. Greta Helsing, highly recommend. I can't remember the title of the books, but she has done some very good books about a physician to the to monsters and undead. In this case, vampires are, I think, primary clients, I think, in the first book. And they are really, really good novels. I quite enjoyed them, because here in Australia we have a dreadful capacity to get books here. You know, it might be fine for Melbourne and Sydney. They may get them, particularly if you live in the CBD. You've got specialist bookshops there. They may get them in, but if you don't, if you don't live in the trendy inner city where you can get access to them, and I'm sorry, but I refuse to do online shopping due to the fact that as a pensioner, my money is very limited, and I'm very much if I spend my money, I want my product straight away. I don't like having to wait for my product to arrive, because particularly now things are just too iffy on whether or not they will or won't appear. So yeah, audio is just brilliant with delivering the things. But one of the ones that I picked up was by MC Beaton. Apparently I'm late to as always, I'm always late to everything. MC Beaton and Agatha Raisin. And of course I found out that there is, as I just go slightly off screen, there's a whole series of books which I went to my lovely friend Cindy at Mancravat Bookshop, and I picked up I raided her bookshop She loves it when I think I come. Loves it or hates it, I'm not too sure, because when I arrive, I strip her shelves of every book that there is of the author that I decided that I'm going to go chase. And of course I picked up, that's all she had, three of MC Beaton. She said, yes, John. She says, why is it when you come in, she says, you pick the collectibles? She said, everybody collects those authors that I go looking for. And of course, the other thing is, apparently, Agatha Raisin, there's 3 series worth of her on as a TV series. So I'm looking forward to watching that next. So, yes, so Agatha Raisin is where I'm going. But when I popped in today, because I picked those up this morning, but the other delightful thing was, at long last, I can't... P.G. Wodehouse, or Woodhouse, however you'd like to pronounce it, I finally managed to pick up, at long last, whole heap. Well, not a whole heap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books of Jeeves, of good old Bertie. Jeeves and Wooster, I should say. Jeeves and Wooster. So I am thoroughly happy with that, because it has been ages. You know, again, for books that are classics that should be stocked in any bookshop, just shows really how out of touch many of the retail bookshops are in, I guess, cities are now. You know, even with, you know, like I go in and say, you know, look, this particular author here, they're in the top 100. Why haven't you got them in? You know, and they keep stocking bloody David Eddings, or they keep stopping, you know, authors that, you know, oh, for God's sake. You know, like I'll turn up to some secondhand bookshops and, you know, they'll go, oh no, look, you know, we've got 6 copies of, you know, David Eddings sitting in, or, you know, Feist or whoever, you know, those particular ones, you always see them on special. You know, we don't need any more, you know, and then the person wanders off, you know, really cranky because they're not able to sell their secondhand books, you know, can't sell their books. And they go, oh, never go there again, dreadful place. And it's not their fault, because, you know, they can't, you know, they can't sell because everybody's got them, because they're mass produced. But then you can't, you know, it's so difficult trying to find Wodehouse and so many of the other books that you try to pick up. So yeah, so book-wise, that is how I have been spending my time, and thoroughly enjoying. Like I've on Goodreads, I put down at the beginning of the year on there going, I think for the last 3 years, I think I've participated in this challenge of, you know, I've put down 50 books, which is, you know, essentially a book a week. I thought was something reasonable, and that's been pretty much the case. And so this year I did the same, but since the lockdowns, and with things being the way they are, I've just been cranking through almost a book a day, and many of them have been audios, because I've been I've been caught up with audios because they've allowed me to listen, and just, you know, my mood and health has not been well, So I've been brooding, and I've just been, usually lying in bed, or I've been mucking around, and so I've usually got the audio going, so it is able to just lie there, and the audio's been a bloody brilliant distraction. So, for those people who do suffer from depressive episodes, or suffer from, mental illness that needs some form of distraction, audio books are brilliant, particularly if you can focus, or you need that ability to be able to focus, or it helps you to focus, I should say. It is a wonderful tool towards helping you towards some degree of taking your mind off many of the things that are, I guess, happening around you. In many cases, your problems are still there at the end of the day, I guess. Well, for me, they certainly are, but in many cases, it helps. It saves you for 12 hours of a day, maybe more. At least it stops you thinking about things anyway. All right, well, look, I'm carrying on morbid enough. There's a video that you want to see, which is on civilization. I've rambled enough. My little man, are you going to say hello and goodbye? He's going to say hello and goodbye. Oh God, we'll change the world. Oh, change the world. Let's go down. There he is. Hello. You going to say goodbye? No, he's not going to say goodbye, is he? No, my little man. All right. Well, that is me for this episode. Who knows what the next one might be. So, this is me, signing off. The Honourable Don. Till next time, cheerio. Well, having seen Shut Up and Sit Down's, pardon me, it's very early in the morning here, I decided, we'll start again. Having seen Shut Up and Sit Down's latest for me, video at the time that I did this recording of, I can't even remember the title of it now, Western Empires or something. Anyway, it reminded me so much of this little beauty, Civilization. So this is my copy. It's by Avalon Hill. And as you can see, there she is. Introductory game only takes an hour. The full game, 5 to 12. I don't think it ever went for 12 hours, to be quite honest. But there it is. And let's have a look at the date. 1982. Yep, 1982. This game first came out. So yeah, so this is my copy. Let's have a look at how well it's fared its time. So there it is. This is the rule book. So the rule book, nice and thin. Hey, look, only 20 pages of A5. I have no idea how many pages the other one is, but nice and concise, the way that rules should be written. I know people, the younger generation, don't like this style, but I come from a quality assurance background, and for me, things need to be nicely laid out so that people can find things. And if you can't find things, what's the point of having a set of rules that are badly written? But anyway, there you go. That's the rule book. A5, 20 pages. Simple. Then, well, look, let's put it back. Yeah, hello. Look at all these bank bags that I've got. So there's all the bits and pieces. So so they haven't really changed much from what I saw on Quinn's. Much to do with the iconography, the calamities, and you've got the other bits and pieces. So there's more of those. I can't remember how many this plays up to. We go back, have another look. Civil disorder. Oh yeah, that determines the player order from memory. Yeah, so player orders, civilizations. So those. So as you can see, for a game that's 40 odd, almost 40 years old, probably. She's certainly. And these are the laws and stuff. And what have I got here? Oh, all blanks, little blanks that are left over. These here are the obviously the player. So they are the highly advanced cards, as you can see. So that was what you can do. So each activity phase, what can and can't. So yeah, so that was that. Stick that there. These must be all my spare bits and bobs. Oh look, I've even got the old Military Sims, who I'd have bought it from back in the day. Oh well, they were the main distributors back in the day anyway. And of course here's that's that archaeology. So that's the archaeology succession trap. And no idea why that's sitting in there. And here's the map board is really in good condition. Just shows you how often I must have played the game. Like, not much, I would think, by the looks of it. But, oh yeah, here we go. Give you something to look at while I'm just pulling the map board out, or attempting to. Oh dear. Not very good with one hand and trying to open things with another. But there we go, and that's the map for civilization. Yeah, so there you go. That's Civ by Avalon Hill, and my copy certainly has survived its time. And as I said, that's the rule book. And I'm pretty sure I've got somewhere floating around the expansion for this. Oh no, I know what the expansion I've got floating around for. That's for my copy of Kingmaker. But yeah, there you go. There is Civilization, which I think is, it's a good game. I've played it, I enjoyed it, and I will end on that note.